So many people get a start date and go out there and go, what? Oh, I didn't know it was going to be like this. Bye. And I don't want that to be you. That's why I delve deep into that in this audio blog. So I'll let Mad Mumsy, on a proper, passionate, expressive moment, share with you everything about it. And keep listening all the way to the end, because there's lots of extra bits that come. The more I talk, the more things I think of, which is why I do what I do, because there's so much that you don't know yet. And if you're an old timer, it might just give you a laugh. Hello and welcome to Beers with a Miner podcast. This is episode number 87. I am Mad Mumsy. Now, the number 87, if you're Australian and you're a fan especially of the Australian cricket team, means you have to lift your feet up. I think they do in the dressing room when someone's on their way to 100 until they get off the number 87. And I think it's because it's 13 less than 100. But I grew up with that ingrained in my mind. It's like, oh my God, he's on 87, or she now. Hopefully, and then they get a single, it's like, oh, they're going to be okay. Then they can still get out, obviously, but I love my cricket, especially Test cricket. It's that time of the year. Anyway, this episode is not about cricket. It is something that I recorded very spur of the moment. It's just you and me, no guests, after something that I read on social media about someone who had just found out they got a job in the mines and they started crapping themselves. So I chose to record something so that it would help me to articulate an answer, but also something to add into my content, because I speak more than I like to write these days. And I've recorded it, and that's what this episode is. If you're a newbie or a wannabe and you still haven't got your start date, it's an insight into what it can be like once you do know that you're going out there, and some of the challenges that you may face. Not all bad, but the things you don't even know you don't know yet is what this episode is about, I guess. I have a great belief that the more you know about mining and the mining lifestyle before you even get a start, or before you go out there, or even in those real early days, the more that you know, the more insight you can get, the more likely you are to succeed and to stay in that dream job that you might have been wanting for years. So many people get a start date and go out there and go, what? Oh, I didn't know it was going to be like this. Bye. And I don't want that to be you. That's why I delve deep into that in this audio blog. So I'll let Mad Mumsy, on a proper, passionate, expressive moment, share with you everything about it. And keep listening all the way to the end, because there's lots of extra bits that come. The more I talk, the more things I think of, which is why I do what I do, because there's so much that you don't know yet. And if you're an old timer, it might just give you a laugh. Thank you so much for listening. Let's get on, and welcome to the podcast, Mad Mumsy. Oh, you're a clown. All right, let's dig in. Get it? Dig. Mining. You are a clown. And I do still crack me up. Episode 87. Lift your feet up, not if you're driving. Okay. Shh. Have you finally just got your first job in the mines? You've been looking for so long and you just hanging out to get that job in the mines, and it might have taken you ages, or one might have fallen out of the sky into your lap. Or, like many, you've been trying for freaking years. You might have given up your life, moved town, left your job, and now you've got it. Yes! Oh my God, I'm so excited. I've got my job in the mines. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to have all that time off. So you went through all the drama of getting that job and the excitement, and you've put it on Facebook and you've shared with your family and your friends, and you got told you were going to start on this date. Oh, no, hang on a minute. No, you're not starting that date now. Things have changed. Give us a couple of, we'll get back to you. We'll let you know. But finally, you know. If you're doing FIFO, you know your flights, you know what's going on. But now some other things might start to creep in. You might start actually crapping yourself a little bit. Well, what happens now? What do I take? What are they going to give me? How will I know where to go? What are the people going to be like? Oh, what if no one talks to me? Oh, what if I'm the only new person? What if I'm the only girl? What if I'm the oldest? Oh, I've heard that saying, fit in or fork off. What if I don't fit in? I've just given up my whole career, my job. What do I do now? Those fear boots are real, and they can come when you least expect them. And you've got to pick your uniforms and your boots. What size? And what bloody size steel cap boots am I? I wouldn't freaking know. I never had to wear them. Maybe. If this is you, if any of this resonates with you, or if you haven't got your job yet, but you're thinking, oh, hang on a minute, I haven't even thought about this part of it, well, then Mad Mumsy is here to help you. I have created a resource just for you, just for my newbies in mining. Clean skins, greenies, you'll get lots of names. And it doesn't really matter what role you are going into. You still need to pack your shit. You still need to get to site. You will be on a crew. It's not just going to be you on your own. Don't know what role that would be. Even if it's not fear, even if it's just those butterflies of the not know, it's the not knowing, right? But by coming and joining this, mate, I've been working on it for a while now, and it's evolving and it's always growing as people that are in there and people that I'm connected to as well share with me what it is that they're freaking out about, or what they thought they knew and then they got there and then it's different. Or even if you're on one site, you've been there for years and then you've got to change. You've never done FIFO, maybe, or maybe you've never done Dido, or you're changing roles, or you're thinking about it. This resource called Got a Start Date, Now What? by Mad Mumsy, your host of Beers with a Miner podcast, Australia's first mining podcast that started way back in 2016, has got your back. There's a community building around it. You've got Mad Mumsy coming on live. You can shoot her messages and ask her shit one-on-one if you don't want to make it public. But inside there are so many resources of all the things that we just talked about. There's videos, downloadable PDFs, podcasts, episodes that are relevant to it, heaps of pictures, heaps of mining pictures that Mad Mumsy has been able to have permission to use, which took quite a few years. So beware about what you put out on social media. And there's a whole section in there about that and why. There's sections on your money. Now you're a rich miner. Don't get that golden handcuff syndrome where you live into a lifestyle where you have to stay in the mines and you can't get out because you couldn't possibly survive on a normal wage now. And if you don't like the job anymore, it's a heartbreaking place to be in. And sadly, there are many people out there who are like that. Yet there are tens of thousands who have made it work right from the start. You might be one of those people at the start saying, just get a job. I'll just do it for 3 to 5 years, pay off the house, and we're set. But if you slip into that, I got shitloads of money, we're going on a holiday, I'm getting a new car, we're going to send the kids to this and that, and, you know, get your hair done all the time, get your nails, massages, pay for everyone else's everything, support the family. You're the rich miner, right? But are you paying off the house? And are you going to get it done in 3 to 5 years, if that's your goal, or save up for one? So a lot of that is covered in there as well. And like I said earlier about changing sites in the future, and this is a growing resource that I'm really proud of and that you get to stay in forever, and all the live calls and all the new things get updated. It's in there for you as it grows and evolves. And my people who also onboarding guests, onboarding isn't the right word, celebrity guests, people that I've met through the podcast who are experts in their field in parts of your mining life that you don't even know you don't know yet. Mad Mumsy's got your back, mate, and this resource is for you. It's at the moment selling at $157. This price will be going up next year as it grows and evolves. I've done the beta testing. I've had the people testing it out and go through, and the feedback has been amazing, which you can see from the testimonials. It always makes my day when I get a message saying, I'm here, Mad Mumsy, and it's thanks to you. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for talking me through when I was in my donga and it was tough. Thank you for helping me to see that I can do it, or help me make the choices that I needed to make. I got you guys. I've also, because you might be thinking, oh, $157 Australian, that is, by the way, because most of my world is in American dollars, all the software and stuff that I buy so that I can create these things for you, is in US dollars. So that gets a bit hairy at times. But I really, really do know that, especially when you first start, you might still be on those lesser wages, or you've got some costs involved, and 157,000, but $157 might feel like a stretch for you. But that is why I have created a 3 monthly payment plan, so you can pay it off, so you can get started. I think it's 3 lots of $57 each, because that's my sister, my Steel Cap sister's most favourite number, which is why it's 157 too, by the way. Mine's number 70, but it just doesn't fit. So head over to the link that will be with this. I'm recording this after working inside the course, creating some more stuff for you, and I just saw a post on Facebook of someone who said, I've got a job, I'm going underground, I'm driving a truck, and I'm a bit scared. I don't know what the people will be like. What if they don't like me? And all it is doing is inspiring me even more to get this shit out there because I've been sitting on it for too long, and I do this because I'm so passionate to help people who want to get in the mines to learn more about what mining life is really like, not just through my own experiences, but through other people that I get on the podcast as well, from all different roles. And then once you get that job, that's when the fun begins. That's when it all really starts, right? That's when you need Mad Mumsy the most. um, just ways to help you find your way through and to go in as kind of an undercover newbie, right? You're new, but you know a bit more than they might think. Also, you might have friends and family who are in mining and they're going to give you support. Some of them, hopefully. You might get some that say, well, what, they forget what it was like when they first started, or they're not really that supportive kind of, oh, you'll be okay kind of person. You might not need that sort of a chat. You might just need a place to vent. And that's what I talk about inside Got a Start Date Now. What is that you early on see if you can find a buddy that you can sit down after work or at crib that you trust isn't going to go and spread bullshit about you, because we talk about that crew culture and just stay out of the gossip. But someone who is going to have your back, and it might take you a little while to find that. You got to see who's up who and who's paying, as I like to say, on your crew. And everyone will be giving you advice and tell you who to stay away from that one, or don't trust him, or he's written her, or oh my God, so much. But there's the way I describe it, and we go into this in Start Date a lot, but I'm a podcaster, so I like to have a rant, have a chat with you, and to help. I see our crew as being family. We don't all get on with our whole family. There's usually the nanas and the mums and the old grandpas and the cranky old uncle, or the annoying frickin' cousin. And then there are some who are just off tap and they're off to rehab and they're not coming back. There's the angry ones, there's the funny ones, and people change. Life gets in the way when you're out there, and by that I mean it can change. What's going on in your world can change what is happening when you go to work, and everyone else around you is in the same boat. So that cranky dozer driver up on the dump might not actually hate you specifically. He might be having a shit day because there's a lot of crap going on that you don't even know anything about, because he's one of those people that just doesn't talk about it. Or then there's some that are actually undiagnosed with bipolar. And you've got to play with all their personalities. So if you want more support from Mad Mumsy, you can feel my passion, because I give a shit, and I have helped so many people over the years through the podcast. I've got the free course called Pounce on Your Mining Job. Quite a few people have been through that course alone, and it's got a start date now. What is the next level after that? But it's also a level that you can go to even if you haven't got your job yet, because it gives you an even deeper insight into what we touch on in Pounce. But there's so much you don't even know that you don't know yet. The more you know about mining before you start, the more likely you are to stay and succeed and create the life of your dreams. Okay, Mad Mumsy, over and out. I'm going to eat my lunch and hope to see you inside. Gonna start date. Now what? Got lives coming, doing all the things. It's going to be so much fun. I did get hacked on Facebook, so I kind of went away for a bit and it broke my heart and I lost all my peeps, and except for the ones inside my course and on a few email lists. That Mad Mumsy's back, baby. So I'm here to help, and I would love to see you come in and go through start day. It's not a do this, then that, then that, then that. See which bits are relevant for you, because it's going to change throughout your whole mining journey. This is a lifetime investment. Invest in yourself today, and I will see you in there. Oh my God, I'm so excited. If you have got that start date. Cheers.
Now for a word from our sponsor, Julia Hartman and the Bantax Accounting Group. If you head to bantax.com.au/miners, that's BANTACS, you can download a free booklet, all just for us miners. And there's also a spreadsheet in there that helps you check off what tools you have for your trade, like your isolation lock, work boots, 7 shirts, all of these sorts of things, and you can weigh them up and it'll tell you if you qualify weight-wise to claim your trips out to work. I strongly urge you to head to bantax.com.au/miners and tell them Mad Mumsy sent you.
Well, there you go. I hope you have a bit more of an insight about some of the things that I've been working on just for you, but also some of the efforts, challenges that you might come up against once you do get out there. Because there's so much more to it than what do I take with me. But that's a huge thing too, and I'm working on the mega list of that you can create your own, and that will be inside that course too. So I'm not going to keep rambling on about what's in there. You know that I love it and I'm passionate about it. I'm going to go back in and actually keep adding more, which is what I'm doing now. And I do want you to know that it's not something that's going to take hours and hours to go through, you know, and start to finish and all that. It's something that it's like an extra tool in your toolkit, in your mental health toolkit that you've got. It'll help you in those times of need. But the biggest thing I hope is that you feel connected to me, to Mad Mumsy, because I've got your back, right? Special Facebook group for F-book, as I call it, but we'll keep going with him. Special Facebook group just for the people in there, where we can hang out and do our live Q&As and stuff like that. So, as well as what you already get inside the course. So, if you're keen, head to madmumsy.com/start date. Start date, all one word. Isn't that original? And it's madmumzie.com/start date. So hope to see you in there. Thank you so much. See you on all the socials. I'm back and I'm really keen to help and inspire and support and be there for as many newbies and wannabe mining people that I can. Men and women. I'm not just all about helping women with mining, miners, whatever you are, whatever you identify as. I don't give a shit. I just want you to be safe, and I want you to enjoy it, and I want you to have fun while you're there, and I want you to make shitloads of money, and I want you to use it well and live the dream life, right? That's what we all want. We just want to be happy, and we want everyone else around us to be that way too. Oh, and mining ain't going anywhere, is it? I reckon there's more people now getting a job in mining than I've seen in a long, long time as greenies. So don't give up. Don't think the green people are going to take over, because it's not happening yet. They can't build a wind turbine out of a tree because they're not allowed to cut them down either. Don't get me going. Listen to my episode to the Gen Z people about the climate change rant. Let's see. Challenge on. How long can it take for Mad Mumsy to record and then release a podcast? It is now... That clock doesn't work because the angels keep breaking it. It is... No, I have to look on my watch. Hang on. It's Saturday afternoon. It's 1:20, which means it's definitely beer o'clock. I'm going to crack a beer, challenge on, see how long I can get, how short I can get this podcast out, because normally they can take freaking weeks. If I've got a 2-hour interview episode to edit and then do all the things and, you know, in between life and work. But this is just me and you. Quick chat. And then, you know, all the other stuff, all the graphics, blah, blah, blah. Right, 1:20. Let's go. And I'll let you know in the show notes, which will be madmumsy.com. Say it nicely so I can edit it in. Show notes will be madmumsy.com/beers87. But also, if you are listening in your favourite podcast app or on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever, nowadays, most of them, the show notes are right there, and you can click on the link, have a check-a-router, whilst still listening. Oh my God, I love podcasts so much. Okay, until next time, stay safe, be real, be special, and have fun, for we only live once. Cheers.